Hi, welcome to a walk through Comics 2000. This is episode 2, the story by Filipe Abranches from Portugal. It starts, you can see this is a 5-page story. It's mostly done with dark sort of shadows. There we go, and it's mostly 2 panels a page. This first panel looks like, when I first saw it, I thought maybe they were holding phones or something, and then I realized that these all predate smartphones, so they're holding boxes or cards or maybe money. And then in the second panel, you see, oh yeah, okay, it looks like maybe it's bowls of food or something. It's something, and I've always said a good comic will teach you how to read it. So maybe it's what I think it is, but by page 2 or 3, hopefully we understand. And what we've got here is this man pointing. This is starting to look more like money now. And this person is signifying with this universal X crossed out that they have no longer have these things. And it is starting to look like a burger or a bowl of food or something. And he runs out in despair with his money through this series of doors. And you see all these, maybe they're restaurants or something. But whatever they are, they don't have what he wants. They don't have food, even though he's got money. Look at these dark shadows. It's starting to look very, it's starting to look spooky. And now starting to feel like we're in jail or something. And this next panel seems like, okay, maybe he's made it home. There's a cat. There's a really long shadow here of him as he's appearing. And he starts to pet this cat. I'm assuming it's petting, but something in the future might tell me otherwise. But this cat is really frightened and angry and upset. You know, the arched back and the harshness of the tail, and then fights back, scratching him as he's maybe putting this cat into the meat grinder. It's hard to know. It's definitely a meat grinder, but it's hard to know if it just accidentally almost wound up in there, or if between this panel and this panel there was a physical placing of that cat into the meat grinder, and the cat runs out the window, still all agitated. In the last panel, this man just looking at that meat grinder with this really aggressive, or what do we want to say, a really anxious and in agitated state. This last panel reminds me of one of the most famous last panels from Chris Ware early in his career. This sort of potato-like character has had all these run-ins and hardships, and he is trying, long story short, he is disgusted with himself and doesn't want to see himself. And the last panel is him staring at this pair of scissors in the ground. And you as a reader know from reading it for the past 5 pages or so that the only thing this can possibly represent is he wants to stab his own eyes with those scissors. And it's this sinister, scary, really dark and sad and funny moment. This moment really reminds me of that.